Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Today's video is about how to play Ace King in tournaments as well as cash games. So before we get started, if you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, would love you to do that. It just helps out the channel a little bit and helps us to be able to create more content and actually start to do some giveaways and everything. So like I said, if you haven't liked and subscribed, I'd love you to do that. So today's video, as previously described, is how to play Ace King. Now, Ace King, or Big Slick as it is known, is actually a very interesting hand because in short tournaments it looks really good, but in deep stacks it's not as good. So we'll talk about the different tournaments in this video and how it's probably the premium way to play it. So we'll start off with the short sharp tournaments that a lot of you that are watching this video do actually play. So we'll talk about the 15-minute blind tournaments, the 12-minute blind tournaments, all those really short sharp tournaments. Ace King is a hand that you could basically just get it all in on at any stage of the tournament, especially when it comes to late in the tournament. If you've only got, say, 40,000 worth of blinds and the blinds are 2-4, Ace King's good enough to get it in there. It is a sight for sore eyes when you're playing those tournaments. Just obviously be aware that you can come up across aces or kings, but in those short sharp tournaments, it is actually a better hand than what it will be in other tournaments. So in the smaller tournaments, you can definitely, Ace King is definitely a hand to go all in on there. Now, in the bigger tournaments, we're talking about multi-day tournaments where the blind levels are a lot longer. So we're talking, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, hour, maybe even 2 hours. World Series of Poker is 2 hours. In those tournaments, Ace King can actually be a really big dog. So you really need to be careful of how you play it. A lot of amateur players will see Ace King and they will automatically try and shove with it or put massive raises in it. I don't think this is the right play, especially in those tournaments. I think it's definitely a hand that will win you a lot of smaller pots, but if you do get involved in big, especially big multi-way pots, you will lose a lot in the long run. You've obviously got to hit with Ace King. If you don't hit an ace or a king on the flop, it can be a very big dog straight away. So please don't overplay it in the big tournaments. Raising definitely pre-flop is definitely there, and it's definitely the right thing to do with Ace King. But if you get any resistance whatsoever, be aware that you could be up against aces, kings, even queens or jacks. And if you don't hit on the flop, please be aware that you're probably behind. So obviously Ace King suited is a little bit better than Ace King unsuited, but still in those longer tournaments, it can be a little bit troubling if you do get any resistance pre-flop with it. So please be aware with that. Obviously, cash games is a completely different kettle of fish. Now, cash games, you want to obviously see flops with Ace King, you want to raise with Ace King, but again, like tournaments, you want to hit, because if you get multi people betting into that on the flop and you haven't hit your Ace King, people generally play a little bit wider with cash games. So you could easily, even if you've raised 4x, 5x times the blinds, you could definitely be up against, say, a 10 jack who's hit a 10 and you're a very big underdog against that person after the flop. So be really careful with cash games. Definitely across all platforms it's worth raising with, but just be careful if you do get a lot of resistance in a bigger tournaments or in cash games. But as I said, short games, you definitely want to just raise or even push all in with it, because you need to get lucky in these smaller tournaments. So Ace King's a good start with that, but with the other tournaments, obviously don't do that. So all right, thank you very much for watching this video. Just a short, sharp one today. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd love you to do that. I'd also love some comments to see what you want to see next on our channel. If you've got any hands that you want to know how we think you should play it premiumly, that would be fantastic if you could comment those hands down and we can do videos on that. Or if you want to just discuss anything to do with poker, I'd love you to see some comments down there. Thank you very much, and we shall see you next time.